By now, you've probably heard about Elite University. You know, Charlie Carroll's poker bootcamp that's supposed to make you the best exploitative live player? Yeah.
And I'm putting my heart, soul, and balls and sperm into this. By the way, I'm releasing a LiveTale course. I've already released 6 episodes of it. I've been holding on to this information for a decade. I've never put out a course like this. I think it's the first of its kind. It is insanely good value. I've already had tons of people from the first 5 or 6 episodes say like, oh, I've used this already. It's already paid for itself with this. I've made a huge hero call using this. So I would really strongly recommend it. LiveTales are the next generation's GTO.
I hate to break it to you, but one of your poker pros is draining your pockets alive. Majority of the promises promoted by Charlie aren't even anything special, but it gets worse. Charlie has been doing these new series in which he looks at how good other poker influencers are, and guess what? Every single video he did commenting on another poker influencer has outperformed his normal videos by significant amount, doubling, tripling, or sometimes even quadrupling his view count compared to his individual videos. Finding a good content that your audience likes is good, but what's better? What if you could use other people's poker fame to manipulate your viewers and make money out of it?
Because I do block some flushes like...
This is what GTO does to kids' brains, and it's so sad. You get TikTok brain, you get GTO brain. What flushes are you blocking with the 7 of diamonds, dude? Range analysis and all of these things. And by the way, if you can't do range analysis, come check out eliteuniversity.com. We teach it all the time. If you're any good at it, I mean...
Yeah. Exactly. What he simply tells you is don't be bad like your favorite poker vlog personality, but be better, because he will make you better than all these people that have dedicated their lives for poker and content creation. But if you purchase his course, you will be better. And on top of that, let's look at this.
People suck at poker. It's hard to really understand, but if you look at how much these guys are making and then compare that to any other field, you find a lawyer that's making a couple of $100K a year or $500K a year. They are very good. They've trained for a decade and a half or whatever. They've got top of Harvard or whatever it is. Poker players suck at poker. Like, we as a demographic, we're lazy. We don't work very much. We're just like drinking all the time. Guarantee most of these people around the table, they gamble on like blackjack and roulette.
On top of everything, let's make the audience believe that it's easier to make so much more money playing poker live than these lawyers that go through years of training and earn $200,000 to $300,000 a year. Am I the only one seeing the problem? Is this really how we're promising everyone to make over 300 grand a year playing poker? I mean, to achieve this by ensuring you have big whales at the table punting millions of dollars? I mean, maybe once a year you get this opportunity, but this is never really the reality. This is definitely not possible by doing a small investment of $697 to the Advanced LiveTale Masterclass. Reddit has been exploding about the content of his course, and after one smart person ended up buying the course, the red flag when I purchased the course was immediate. Less than 4 minutes into the video, before Charlie had given a single LiveTale, he starts talking about a LiveTale that is too powerful to share in the expensive course that I just purchased, but he will share if I pay a larger price, an intensive seminar. WTF. Didn't I just spend a large sum of money on his Advanced Masterclass? Why is he, before he's given me a single LiveTale, doing the sleight of hand and saying that he's not actually giving me his good stuff and I have to pay more for it? This really pissed me off. Yeah, right off the bat, you're told the $697 you just paid was not enough to get the tips that are the best. The rest of the course material was relatively short and not very in-depth. None of it was new or LiveTales you can't read elsewhere on YouTube or just Googling poker LiveTales. A lot of time was spent with Charlie literally asking ChatGPT what LiveTales in poker and are evaluating ChatGPT's responses, which I found to be not useful at all. Below are some high-level bullet points and notes to get an idea of what he goes over in the masterclass. I mean, what did you expect? These days, a lot of players either train online, use solvers, or have watched every single video about LiveTales anyways. It doesn't really surprise me that this guy thought it was a ChatGPT generated response. It's actually time for me to do my shameless plug where I need you to go and subscribe to my tiny YouTube channel so I can keep making these videos, because 99% of all my viewers are not subscribed. Back to the masterclass. Long story short, final words are going through the entire masterclass is this. I didn't think the course was any better than any of the free content there are, LiveTales on YouTube, even some Reddits on LiveTales. I'm not sure I would have paid $20 for this course, much less full price. I left very annoyed that Charlie opened with telling us that he had a super secret and awesome LiveTale that would teach everyone if we paid him more money. And after finishing the course, I immediately emailed them with my complaints and asked for a refund. They declined because I'd already finished watching all the material. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to evaluate whether or not the material is worthless without watching it all first. Oh well. They did offer me a 3 months of elite membership access, whatever that means. I declined. This person also got furious and shared all the things that they teach in the course at a high level bullet points here, so don't worry if you cannot read all of them right now, because I'll be leaving the link to the Reddit thread below so you can read it all for yourself. Of course, the reason this thread got so much attention was not random. There were a lot of people thinking very similarly to him. It even gets more unhinged. If your opponent's eyes pop out of their head, a train horn blows steam, and you say, "Awah," they have a good hand. This reminds me of the Lodge clip, I think, where a black lady goes all in and then literally gets out of her seat and starts singing and dancing. I'm gonna do the next time I'm bluffing. It might work. Are you a black lady? I identify as a black woman. And some of the comments are actually just nuts, though I don't even know how true they are, but they've gotten some attention. Carol is a problematic pseudo-poker coach narcissist, and he's well known within the community. I used to work for him. He was exploitative and unreasonable with a warped sense of reality. His attributes to his success in poker is being able to completely disconnect from his emotions and use that to the advantage. It may have worked for a while, but now that he had his success and is settling down for life, it is clear that he's struggling to stay relevant within the poker industry. He may be good at the game, but he's not the best at sharing information or teaching. This is largely due to his warped views of the world and struggle to relate to people. I assume he has millions at least, but if you give that much money, why in the F are you being some shady grifter online and not just living private life on super easy mode doing whatever the F you want? He spent a large chunk of his net worth on charity that amounted to nothing. The charity was called Thrive, and the aim was to eradicate homelessness in the UK by 2025. That clearly won't happen, as the charity now does not exist. He made his millions getting lucky in the MTTs and now tries to sell his knowledge of unsuspecting punters. I don't doubt that he's a competent player, but I don't feel though his playstyle can be replicated with much success in today's age. But there's one comment that just summarizes all of this experience. I think it was more that he was able to weaponize his sociopathic, dark triad traits in poker to be able to exploit people at the table, but he isn't able to disconnect from the side of his personality in real life. Likely also because he was rewarded financially in poker. For this, he's not able to find any other way to be outside of the game. So he's exploiting, just in a different way now, by exploiting people who will pay him for C-grade information. I don't know if the actual information about the live tiles is C-grade, but it's definitely certain that today's poker status quo live tiles have much less to do with the gameplay than it used to before. Because how much poker knowledge is publicly available, this becomes less important. There are so many people who actually study poker, and it doesn't really matter how many live tiles they have. If they've studied well enough, they'll probably beat you. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the sellout does not end with the course, and let's look at this. Some other users said, I've been on Charlie's Elite University Discord server. The Discord itself is free, but you have to pay to be a member of the Elite. I've never paid despite getting bombarded with emails asking me to sign up. From what I've seen, the free content that has been pretty poor. It's been just mediocre regs doing hand reviews from the people playing micro stakes. You can get better learning material on YouTube. If you want paid content, there's much better options. Run It Once, Carrot Corner, Upswing are a few examples that are much better than Charlie's stuff. But not everyone can easily drop the idea of making so much money by paying a small fee to learn all the things Charlie has to offer. Then there's people who feel like they're blessed because they saw this thread. Bro, thanks so much for posting this. I was considering because I do like some of his stuff on YouTube, but I will definitely stay away. LOL, you rock. Me too. I would likely bought the live tiles course if not for OP. I actually enjoy Charlie's videos, his analysis is great. Thanks for sharing that. Good karma to make up for feeling a bit duped. I really struggled to like Charlie, but I did enjoy his recent review of Gazzy B, who I do like. So, do I owe you $500 for reading this? I offered to Venmo him 14 cents, the actual value of the info. OP is looking out for the rest of us and should be applauded. Overall, it seems like the big chunk of the poker community is in agreement, as no other post in this poker subreddit has come remotely close to getting as much attention and hate at all. Tell me what you think about the situation in the comments, because I want to hear from the real poker players and the gurus, as I'm just a content creator that likes to do research and I'm just sharing the findings I have. The exact number of Benjamins that Charlie has gotten from his elite university is uncertain, but there's already thousands of people who've already purchased the course and learned about the very high level generic lifestyle information with a couple of review hands, only to feel extremely underwhelmed. If you ever see this, Charlie, I respect you and I appreciate what you're doing for the poker community, but please don't give people incorrect hopes and sell them publicly available generic lifestyle information for crazy prices.